How is it going, guys? My name is Onesie Burnett, and welcome to my Week 7 Team Analysis Team Builder for Week 7 of the Battle Union against Jedi Cardet and his Western Weezings. Jedi is a great guy, an absolute legend, and he has some cracking content, so make sure you go down in the description and give him all of the love, all of the support, all of the subs, because quite frankly he deserves it. He's been focusing a lot on streaming at the moment, which is why we took so long to get this battle actually scheduled. But we have a scheduled time, and hopefully he'll be able to stick to it. So this is being recorded before it's being played, so hopefully we'll see what happens. But yeah, basically the problem with this match is that I didn't know how I was supposed to try and find a way to defensively check him. But I found a way to offensively check him instead. So the team we're bringing this week is Registeel, Blaziken, Sylveon, Lantern, Sneasel, and Mega Latias, and the team that we're facing is going to be Mega Absol, Raikou, Aerodactyl, Durant, Jinx, Gliscor, Cinccino, Aromatisse, and Latias. Regular Latias. So it's a showdown of the Latis. Well, looking at his team, I realised that there's one reason why I can't check him defensively, and that's because I have an offensive team. And he has a lot of threats on there that I have ways of dealing with, but not the best of ways. So I realised that if I lead off with Registeel here, there's a path to victory that I can take. And there's only one reason why that path wouldn't work, and that reason would not actually be even brought. Like, if he brings this reason, I'll be very annoyed and very upset, but we'll see. Basically, the idea here is to get Stealth Rock up as soon as possible, and then pass. You know what, I'm not even going to mention that just yet, but basically, we're going to lead off with Registeel, and the moves I've given Registeel here, Superpower, Hidden Power, Fire, Iron Head, and Stealth Rock, with the EVs it has and a relaxed nature, allow it to absolutely destroy anything on the other side of the field, and do incredible damage to at least something before we attempt to sweep later on. And there will be a sweep attempt, and it will be one that's quite interesting. It's not going to be very orthodox. So Superpower destroys Mega Absol, Cinccino, and hits a lot of things for decent damage. Hidden Power Fire kills Durant. Just straight up kills Durant. Any kind of offensive Durant dies. And the Chopper Berry means that Durant cannot use Superpower on me and try and take me out that way, because I have the Chopper Berry, which is going to reduce the damage and mean that I'm going to kill it with a Hidden Power Fire. And the 20 special attack EVs on that mean that that's pretty much what's going to happen. And Iron Head decimates like the rest of the team apart from Raikou. Aerodactyl doesn't want to take it, Jinx doesn't want to take it, Aromatisse doesn't want to take it, even Latias isn't going to want to take this because it's stab coming off of an invested attack stat. And that's never fun. But yeah, we need to get Stealth Rock up as soon as possible. The plan is going to be lead with Registeel, try and kill something, or try and predict his lead, and then just Stealth Rock and do well. Now we need Stealth Rock up because the next plan is a two-part plan. The plan is, once we've got Stealth Rock up, we go into Shoyo. And the reason that Shoyo here is so important is because I've never used Blaziken in draft format. I've never played with a Blaziken in competitive full stop. And I really wanted to see if I could actually do some damage with one. But I realised that Blaziken couldn't sweep on its own. But I realised there's a mon who can. So I've run a physically defensive Blaziken for my first ever match using one. I'm so unorthodox, I'm such a hipster, give me a medal. Agility, Baton Pass, Fire Blast, Knockoff, HP investment, fully defense invested, fully HP invested, 4 in special attack so the Fire Blast does a bit more damage, and Knockoff is to hit Latias and Jinx, and Fire Blast is to kill Jinx and Durant. I don't know why I've done that, but hey ho. We've gone with Naive Nature because the special attackers are just going to kill it straight up even with investment, and the physical attackers won't kill it if it has investment. So Shuka Berry here, the idea is that I can set up on Aerodactyl, Aromatisse, Gliscor, and some forms of Durant. Some forms because some of them run Stone Edge and Band, but I wouldn't ever do that myself. But I can set up on pretty much any of the physical attackers on his team, barring possibly Cinccino if it's banded with Aqua Tail. But if it's not, then I can set up on that as well, because the physical physical defense investment allows me to take hits from Aerodactyl's Earthquake, Gliscor's Earthquake, especially with the Shuka Berry, and it allows me to live priority moves that they may have afterwards, such as Feint or Fake Out, and it allows me to just pass an agility off. That is all I want Blaziken to do in this game. If it manages to get a Fire Blaster or Knockoff off and get a kill, then I'll be very happy, but that's not what it's here to do. It's here to agility baton pass and get itself into Sylveon. Fernando the Sylveon. Because if you look at his team, tell me what wants to take a Specs Hyper Voice on that team. And if you say Aromatisse, do the calcs. And if you say Choice Assault Vest Raikou, do the calcs. Because Fernando here will destroy either of those two. Straight up destroy. As defensive Aromatisse, especially defensive Aromatisse, destroyed. Especially defensive Assault Vest Raikou, really hits hard. And a Hyper Beam will just kill it anyway. However, there's only one thing on his team that can really kind of check this, and that would be Durant. But even then, Hyper Voice just kills any form of Durant, any kind of offensive Durant. Anyway, the only thing that could possibly stop it would be specially defensive Durant, and that's just stupid. I don't know why anyone would ever bring that, because it has a base 50 HP and a 48 defense stat. It's a special defense stat, it's just silly. But if I can get an agility past to Sylveon, after I've got Stealth Rocks up with Registeel, the game is mine. It's like getting a player clean through on goal in football. It's like getting them behind the defence. Sylveon is just there, and it will just fire shot after shot after shot and win. So Fernando here is going to attempt to get a sweep. I'm going to attempt to get a Sylveon sweep. And hopefully, that does things and stuff. But if it doesn't, then hey-ho. Anyway, now that we have our offense, our main first line of defense sorted, our first, I'm trying to think of the word. I can't think of the word, but basically that's our plan A. Our plan B is this. We have a specially defensive Lantern who can be a pivot on most of the special attackers here, especially Raikou. The only form of Raikou that this can't take on is Carmine Substitute. And the only reason that is because Scald won't be breaking that sub after a Calm Mind. However, if I can get a Toxic off on it, I win. I beat it. Now, I've got my stockpile Scald, Rest and Toxic here with Max Spadef and a Chesto Berry, because I feel like if I can get some stockpiles up, I can wall his team. And I can just wear his team down and win. That just seemed really cool to me. I like the idea of being able to deal just to stop his team from actually hurting me. I love the idea of that. It's great being able to defensively sweep a team, especially with a Lantern. I never thought I'd ever bring Stockpile or Resto Chesto, because last time I ran Resto Chesto, it really didn't work out in my favour. But I'm hoping it works out this time, because it also gives me a defense against status move, whatever you want to call it. It gives me a defense against those, which means that Lantern can actually defensively bust through his team. And the next one I have, Raikou in the Sneasel makes a return, because Knockoff, Poison Jab, Ice Shard, Icicle Crash just decimates the entire team except for Durant. And Durant isn't going to really threaten my team much if it's the Home Claws variant, because I feel like I can take a hit with Shoyo and Fire Blast it to death. I can Hidden Power Fire it with Registeel, and basically it won't have any recovery, so by the time it's worn down enough, I'll be able to kill it with a knockoff. So Sneasel here can actually bust through his entire team as well, because I outspeed a lot of it, and the things I don't outspeed are weak to Ice Shard, apart from Chinchino, but Chinchino doesn't count because it's a Chinchino, and it's weak anyway, and it's not really going to want to be staying in against the Sneasel unless it's Scarfed, because it's a speed tie. So Sneasel here just kind of eats him as well. It busts through his team, it outspeeds anything that's not Scarfed apart from Aerodactyl. It speed ties with Raikou and Chinchino, and Raikou can't kill it unless it has Aura Sphere. I don't think Signal Beam actually KOs it, I'm not too sure, but hey ho. Sneasel can just do things and stuff and really hurt him. And it also takes on Gliscor very well, which is very nice. And the final one of this team is going to be kind of weird. Honestly, I have no idea why I've brought this thing. I just couldn't think of a set, and I thought that I needed Ice Beam on it, and I needed Shadow Ball on it, and I didn't know what to put for the other two moves. I probably, in hindsight, should have gone with Tailwind, because it gives me a makeshift agility pass into Fernando if I need to. And most things that are super effective on Latias, Dark, Ghost, Dragon, Sylveon resists. So I probably should have ran Tailwind over Toxic, but I felt like Toxic was useful in case I needed to get an emergency Toxic, an emergency status off on something like Raikou, or something like Aromatisse. It was nice if I needed it, but Tailwind was absolutely crucial here, and I don't know how I missed it. Anyway, the EVs from this thing just allow me to outspeed pretty much anything that is below my speed tier, because I can outspeed stuff like I can speed tie with Latias, I can outspeed Jinx, I can outspeed Aromatisse and Gliscor, I can outspeed Durant, so I can hit them with a special attack, either Shadow Ball or Ice Beam, and deal damage to them, and I can Toxic things that are faster, that can't one-shot me, such as the Raikou, such as the, what's it called, Aerodactyl, which I can peg with an Ice Beam and kill it anyway, and hopefully by this time I'll have Stealth Rock up anyway, so Mega Latias is just going to be kind of come in, take a hit, get a Toxic or a Roost off and win. It's easy as that. But anyway, that's the team, guys. And it's a really, really interesting team, because I'm not too sure how the hell I'm even going to... I really don't see how I'm going to lose. I hate saying it like that, but I don't see how I'm going to lose with this strategy. Agility passing into Sylveon. If I get the agility in, I win. If I have Stealth Rocks up, it just secures the win. It's ridiculous how effective this strategy can be. The only thing that can stop it would be like a Choice Scarf Raikou, which won't even be able to one-shot Sylveon anyway, or like a Choice Scarf Durant, but I doubt he'll bring that because it locks him into moves and it doesn't give him any maneuverability. But yeah, that's the team. Let's see what happens, because this is Jedi. He could pull some really wacky crap out. We're both known for being incredibly memey, and I feel like since we both have nothing to play for anymore, because we both can't get playoffs, we should probably just try and have fun with it, and I'm doing that by bringing Blaziken and bringing a sweep potential with Sylveon. So that's the team, and let's see how the match goes. The match hopefully should be up later today on Saturday, depending on if I can get a Jenna or not. If I can't get a Jenna, then well, not a Jenna, a recorder, there we are. If I can't get someone to record the match for me, then it'll probably go up on Sunday instead, but hopefully it should be going up today on Saturday, and we will see what happens. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure you check back for the match, and make sure you go down and give Jedi a love, give him all of the subs and the support, because it's brilliant, and I will see you in the next episode. I hope you have a great day and a great life, and I will see you later. Take care of yourselves.